Congratulations, Adam Giles, who went from being the NT's chief minister to landing a nice job with Gina Rinehart.
Oh my God, how extraordinary is that?
Well
Because
done.
that's not the first time she's actually snagged a politician, particularly a crap one.
So the question is there, how long is the revolving door between politicians and mining going to keep on spinning before the Australian public says they've had enough of the
Stop.
dirty deals and politicians being in bed with, the mining companies? Get a room. Get a room.
Better yet, don't do it. Particularly don't do it with Gina Rinehart. I'm just saying that, and I don't care if that's unkind or not. Actually, Gina, don't even do it with Adam. Actually, but they're not the only ones who have done this recently.
No, but while Adam was the Chief Minister for the NT, there was 85% of the Northern Territory has been approved for
Wow.
gas and petroleum exploration licenses.
So 15%, he missed that somehow?
I
Not
think
trying?
maybe there was, I don't know, maybe
It's
there was
probably
nothing
his house,
there.
or
There
maybe it was Gina's house.
There's probably nothing there, that's why there was no coal or gas to be found. But surrounding the beautiful Mataranka Falls in the Northern Territory, Gina Rinehart would love to frack around there.
It's actually just asking for fracking, really. Throwback Thursday. Remember this. Tony Abbott saying goodbye to Ian McFarlane. And as he said goodbye, he says, Ian's was a magnificent achievement by the member for Groom in his time as minister. And I hope the sector will acknowledge and demonstrate their gratitude to him in his years of retirement from this place. And guess what the sector did?
What did they do?
They made him head of the Minerals Council in Queensland. Pooh, yeah.
Sometime we have to say, when are we going to have enough is enough? So we've also got a pretty orchestrated campaign against renewables. We've got
Completely, yeah.
We've had blackouts in South Australia, which were caused by power lines falling like that, and they have gone around and accused it being too much dependency on renewables as the cause of this.
Well, they were ably assisted in that narrative by, of course, Chris Ullman from the ABC, who jumped in and said, of course, it was their push for renewables that apparently blacked out the state, when in fact it was those monster pylons that were pulling energy from all over the place that fell over. That's how they had the blackout.
We've also got the manufactured gas crisis con, which is going around at the moment, which totally caused by...
I saw that video. Yeah. We will put a link for that. Are we the only country in the world that doesn't have a policy to retain a certain amount of our own natural resources for our own use?
I don't know, Julie. I'll have to look up that. Don't put me on the spot.
No, I say
we
that
ask the questions here, Julie.
That's right. We don't provide answers. We just ask the questions. So here's your homework. Check out whether or not we are the only country in the world who has no policy at all for hanging on to some of the gas so that we have enough for our national use.
So last week we had Turnbull come out and say that he needs to flag that the money, the subsidies put aside for renewables,
Oh shit, that's right.
may need to go to putting into some more coal, committing us to investing in more coal-fired power plants.
But he didn't call it coal-fired power plants, he called it clean coal. This is the oxymoron that was doing the rounds about 10 years ago. At the time, talking amongst themselves, the coal industry, I happened to be at a coal conference at the time. I was there, in disguise. No one knew I was there as a cynical kind of greenie going WTF. But I was there. This is what they said. Clean coal, discuss. At that price, the coal was $55 for a kilowatt. The guy got up, head of the coal industry, and said, clean coal would cost $130 a kilowatt hour, would reduce efficiency by at least a third, would increase water consumption by 2/3. It's not viable.
We have politicians that, when it's election time, they will promise one thing, they will promise to stop the coal and gas industry, they will protect our farmland, they'll protect our water, they get into power, they meet with the mining lobbyists, they shake hands behind closed doors, and suddenly they're committing billions of dollars to pay for ports and fossil fuel things that we do not want. No, we do not want them, and we do not need them. Energy companies are really managing to make coal look a lot more magical than they are. Electricity is mostly generated from a mechanical means. That just means the spinning of a turbine. All they're doing is boiling water to spin a turbine. There's nothing magical about
serious?
it. Yeah,
Is that the function of coal in coal-fired power?
That
How embarrassing, I
is
didn't even know
the
that.
function of coal in coal-fired power is to boil water.
Is that fair income?
Nuclear power is the same. It is exactly the same. So they have a nuclear reactor that boils water and turns a turbine.
So all of this grief is about how to decide, basically all of this grief is about how do we turn the turbines.
That is it. We're arguing about, do we want to cook the planet to turn a turbine? We should know this, but they've really got us fooled into thinking that behind the curtain, the coal is somehow generating electricity because it is some magical thing other than just burning it. And that is all they're doing.
I didn't know that. I didn't, brain the size of a planet, and I didn't know that.
Well, I think that's also one of the reasons that they managed to convince people that of course there's going to be a power outage in South Australia if we're relying on renewables, because they don't have the magical coal-fired ones.
They haven't got coal magic.
The coal magic.
Which is like monkey magic, except it's black.
Coal is not magical. Let's get some real monkeys turning those turbines, and not politicians.
We're done. We are done.